Round one of the Mickey Thompson New Zealand Stadium Off-Road Championship took place at the Manukau International Off-Road Stadium at Colindale Park, right in the heart of Auckland City. Well over 100 cars and trucks turned up to battle on this purpose-built stadium racetrack. Put on by the county's Manukau Off-Road Racing Club, and with their valuable assistance coming from the Four Winds Foundation and the Auckland City Council, this event would put the very best of New Zealand off-roading talent against this purpose-built and super fast racetrack. In the Can-Am X3, he goes off the racetrack for a little wee while. No problem at all though for Joel Getty. He's in his Yamaha. You'll see him out in the Ultra 4s, but these are the hot rods, if you like. These running turbochargers, plenty of horsepower on board. Just a whole heap of fun, Joel tells me. And there he is out in the front. Started from row number 2, already starting to get away from the rest of the field. Keep an eye out for the 22 of Carl Ruiterman in the E&H Motors Yamaha as well. He started from the very back, but it won't take him too long to cut his way through the field. 89 there of Trevor Cooper. Racing 2 classes today here at Colindale Park. Trevor, of course, for people with long memories, will remember him from the big lotto win many moons ago now. Dave Templeman still doing a pretty good job at the front of the field. There is the S22. I said it wouldn't take him long to get towards the front. This is Carl Ruiterman. Made his motorsport debut in drifting, also competed in New Zealand Rally Championships. The S43 there of Brian Ritges will come under the blowtorch of Ruiterman. He's already got past Dave Templeman, so he is slowly but surely making his way to the front, but he's got a bit of a mountain to climb as he works his way through the switchbacks and out towards the pit jump once again. Up and round the outside of Templeman he goes, using the outside line and just squaring off the turn. Then we go back to Dion Edgecombe in the 11. There is the race leader. This is Joel Getty. And not too far behind him now is Carl Ruiterman. So keep an eye on Ruiterman. He'd be the fastest one on the racetrack at the moment. This one brought to you by Polaris, and that's an issue there for the 91 of Dave Templeman. This is Daniel Templeman's father, been a big supporter of his son through all sorts of different types of motor racing. Not going to bother the 22 of Ruiterman too much though, or the 89 there, and that is Trevor Cooper. Just goes round the outside of a recovering Dave Templeman. Dust was always going to be the issue on these warm days that we've had in Auckland for the last month or so. Ruiterman starting to close down Joel Getty. This is where the racing is at the moment, at the front of the field. In third place it would be Dion Edgecombe by the look of it. Brian Ritges would come through in 4th. So there is the race leader, and here comes Carl Ruiterman. So this is going to be a straight-out fight between probably the 2 best drivers in the Polaris-sponsored Ultra 4 turbos. Ruiterman and Getty 4 laps down. And the 43 wants to argue about this one as well, and that is Brian Ritges, also Yamaha mounted. And in fact, Ruiterman has to change his tack just a little bit, goes from the outside to the inside to try and get around Ritges. Can't quite do it for the moment. This is 48, this is Graham Giles. This is the race leader though, this is Joel Getty, and you'll see that his lead has been closed down just a little bit by this intense battle going on between the 43 of Brian Ritges' Yamaha and the 22 of Carl Ruiterman, also on the Yamaha. And Ruiterman having a little bit of a job to get around his teammate here as they work the switchbacks and head down towards the pit straight jump. Action coming to you from the Polaris Ultra 4 Turbo class. This battle for 2nd and 3rd. Down the inside this time, it is the 22 of Ruiterman. Still can't get past. They line up the Mickey Thompson dip. This time it's Ruiterman on the inside. It's Ritges on the outside. Just a little bit of last-minute braking has allowed the 22 to get into the front as they work their way through the Lucas Oil's hairpin. Up over the tabletop they come and into the sweeper, heading down into the switchbacks. You're watching the battle for 2nd and 3rd. Out in the front, it is still the number 16, and that is Joel Getty. This is the 93 of Daniel Templeman, and the pace pulls Can-Am. As we track the 22 here, this is Carl Ruiterman. Currently still sitting in 2nd place. Is he getting closer? Just got a glimpse of Joel Getty's Yamaha just up ahead of him. But it's one thing to get close enough to make the pass, and he can't do it for the moment. So Giddy in the S16. The Yamaha in the Ultra 4 Turbo class is going to come through and win this one. From the back of the grid to second overall is going to fall to Carl Ruiterman in another Yamaha, and then it is Brian Rutgers in yet another Yamaha across the line in third place. So a Yamaha clean sweep. Officially, it is Joel Giddy taking the win from Carl Ruiterman. In third place, it would be Brian Rutgers, and in fourth place, it would be Dion Edgecombe.